guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you guys can see by the title, we are finally moving Biscuit. So today is finally the day we are moving Biscuit over to Bagel's tank. I'm so excited. Biscuit has been in quarantine for over 3 weeks now and he's doing really, really well. I haven't seen any signs or symptoms of anything external, so I think he's doing really good. And we did run him through some antibiotics the first week that I had him, so I think that it is safe to move him over with Bagel, and I'm so excited. Bagel is loving the 36 gallon. I've had no issues out of him in there, so I think it's time. I think we're good. I think that we can move him over, and then we will monitor them together and make sure everything is good. But because I am like 99% sure they're both males, I think it's gonna be good and I'm really excited. So yeah, we are gonna go on and do a big water change and tank clean on Bagel's tank before we move Biscuit over. I do have 2 filters on the big 36 gallon. Both of my aqua clears are actually on there, and I think I'm just gonna leave them on there and run 2 filters on it. Even though my 110 is big enough, I think, to handle the bio load of 2 fish, I'm still gonna leave both of them on there. It's just good to have extra filtration, especially if one of them kicks it. It's nice to have 2. It is time. Let's move Biscuit over. I'm so excited. I think Bagel is gonna be so happy to have a friend, and I honestly cannot wait. So we're gonna go do a big tank clean / water change on Bagel first, and then we will move Biscuit. All right, so here we are. Here you can see I have Bagel's tank. You can see the water line has receded because it's water change time. I am gonna go on and feed him first though. I have some pellets soaking here, so we're gonna go on and feed him, and then we will start the water change. Here's one of my water test tubes. I've been monitoring the water really closely just to make sure there's no ammonia or anything and that my filters are doing really good, but they've been doing great. So we are just gonna clean that out. But yeah, little Bagel bite, you get a friend today. Are you excited? I may end up turning this ring light off while I'm doing the change, because sometimes it makes this too bright and then you can't really see it well. We'll see. Usually when I turn it off with the light on in here, you can see it a lot better. So I might end up turning it off. We're gonna let him eat and then we'll start the water change. All right, you can probably hear the suction. It's pretty loud. This is my water changer Python. You basically put it in there. You basically plug it up to your faucet, turn it on, and then make sure the spout is on down and it sucks the water out. So we're gonna turn off the filter and start the water change. All right, so now that we have the water level down about halfway, we're gonna go on and put some prime in so that we can fill it back up, let it sit for a little bit, and then we are gonna move Biscuit over. I'm really excited. So a little bit of prime. All right, here we are. I'm gonna go on and turn this ring light off. Now we're gonna let this tank clear up a little bit. Since I just got done doing the water change, you can see it's a little bit murky, and then we are going to introduce Biscuit. All right, Biscuit, are you ready? Turn this light back off. All right, here goes nothing. Does Bagel see you? So what's going on? There you go. All right, first few seconds, see what happens. Oh goodness. Here we are. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes. They're still kind of bumping each other and following each other around, but they don't seem to be being really aggressive. It's mostly Bagel really checking Biscuit out, and Biscuit's more so like ready to just be sifting through the sand, you know, and chilling. But Bagel's been alone for quite a few months, so I'm sure he's excited to have like a little friend in there. Bagel is chasing him and bumping him, but it's almost like competitively and not really like, you know, as if he were chasing a female. And Biscuit has been with friends more recently. Obviously, about a month ago, he was in a tank with friends, so having Bagel isn't going to be as shocking to him, but Bagel is going to kind of be, you know, really interested and probably follow him around for quite a while. But they're really cute, and you can see their similarity in size. Biscuit's a little bit bigger, but Bagel's always been like a little baby. But I will continue to monitor them and watch them. They're just sticking really close. Bagel's sticking really close to Biscuit. But so far, they're doing okay. I'm gonna watch for aggression, obviously. So here we are the next day. I actually had to separate them last night because they do this over and over and over, but I am trying again. See if you can see them. They push each other a lot, which I know it's an adjustment period, but Biscuit bit Bagel's, you can see the side of Bagel's head. He's got like a loose piece of gill. So unfortunately, they're not doing great. They are biting each other a lot, which sucks, and I know this is a process. I left them together about 8 hours yesterday. Yeah, and now Bagel's gill is ripped, which blows, and I'm just worried about it. And Biscuit's fin is ripped on the back. It's like his back bottom one. You can really see it if he's still, which he's not being very still. I don't know. I'm just really worried about them, and I'm watching them, but I'm still having to separate them after a while and then try again and just keep doing that because, yeah, it just sucks. But I'm just going to keep the water really, really clean and keep watching them. But I will update you. Okay, so here we are with a better camera than the previous clips that you guys have been seeing. So this is actually the night of day 3. Basically, day 1 you guys saw, I put them together in that first clips of the video, and they were pretty much fighting the whole day, just, you know, obviously going around in circles and chasing each other. Basically, after they pretty much chased each other and pretty much fought entire day of day 1, which was an 8-hour day of them being together, I decided to take Bagel out before I went to bed. That was about 1 o'clock at night. I reintroduced them when I got up the next day, which was yesterday, and they were together about 12 to 14 hours yesterday while I was awake, and then I separated them again at night because Bagel is still ripping and tearing at Biscuit's fins. Unfortunately, out of like revenge, Biscuit actually bit basically a hole in the side of Bagel's gill, so he does have like a chunk missing and he's really bruised, but it doesn't look worse. So I have salt in there anyway to keep it from getting infected. And so now here we are, the night of day 3. I don't know if I'm going to separate them tonight. I don't go to bed for a few more hours, but I do want to do something with the tank. I sent Patrick to the store today and he got me some plants for the tank. I've been Googling and reading about how to stop aggression in goldfish, and online said that rearranging the tank can sometimes help, and breaking up the eye line, which I've heard of breaking up the eye line before, like with a bubble wall or tall plants and things like that. But see, I can't have lots of decor in here because number 1, I don't want to take up tank space, but number 2, I don't want they're chasing and bumping around and Bagel and Biscuit hitting each other and bumping each other. I don't want them to rip any more fins. Obviously Biscuit already has a ripped fin because of Bagel. I don't want ripped fins. I don't want them getting injured. So really, bubble walls and plants are like my two main things. And the first day I put the bubble wall in there, it did help a little bit. For like a couple hours, Bagel kind of lightened up because it was something different, but then he quickly got used to it, and I only have 2 measly plants in here, so okay, so here it is. It still looks hecka dark. So I really love what the bubble wall looks like in there. So I actually went and got the extended one. It's like probably about 10 inches long, I would say. Yep, I was right, 10 inches. So I'm gonna actually hook this bubble wall up in there and take out the short one that's in there right now. I think it'll be really pretty if it's longer too. So I'm gonna extend the length with this. I got this at Walmart. Also, I sent Patrick, bless his heart, he's a real one, when he got off work, I had him go and grab me a few plants at PetSmart, and these are basically just some really pretty tall aquatic plants. These are safe for fish, basically any fish, goldfish. I got an umbrella plant, this really tall gold ribbon, which I'm actually not a fan of this plant. I really do prefer swords. However, it is kind of pretty and it is pretty stiff, so I'm hoping that it will like withstand, you know, them biting on it and stuff. And then I also got this peacock fern. I think it's really, really pretty. It's really bulky and looks like it's gonna open up pretty wide and like fat, even though it's not tall, which is like, I wish it was taller. I wish they were all really tall, but this one is pretty tall, so I'm pretty happy with that. These are completely parasite-free, pesticide-free. These are really, really, really good snail-free, safe plants that you can put straight in your tank, and all you have to do is make sure that you do rinse them really, really well. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I love that I've been talking to the camera for like 5 minutes and it wasn't recording. Awesome. So, all right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is put the new bubble wall in. This is the 10-inch and this is the 5-inch that's in there right now. I bought it just to have a bubble wall, you know, but I didn't realize it was gonna be so tiny. I don't know why I didn't think about it. So I got the double length one, so it's a lot longer, which is really nice. So I'm gonna go on and put this one in there. All right, yes, I'm doing this in my pajamas. Please don't judge me. It is 10 o'clock at night, and I had to do it when everyone was asleep because they're so loud. But here we go. I hope I can reach this. Oh my God, it's so cold. Oh my goodness, why are you so cold? Let's move you over here because you're ugly. Sorry, Biscuit. Okay, we'll remove the rock because that's what I used to hold it down. Put on the long one. I wish that could extend. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be so amazing. Let's hope I didn't screw this up now. Okay, hold up. Why aren't you going the full distance? Did I break it? What's going on? Maybe it just needs some time. Why isn't the whole wall bubbling? Is it not good pressure? Okay, what's happening? What did I do wrong? Did I mess it up? It's coming out of only the ends. God, what did I do? Okay, whatever, I guess. Crap. That's depressing. Okay, so we'll just put it down here. Although, it would be so awesome if the whole thing was bubbles. You know how like whenever you're doing something and you're looking down, so you think it looks great, and then you come back and you're like, oh wow, I made it way worse. So I gotta fix this. I'll be right back. Okay, so my fern is a bit of a disappointment. It's like all stem and no bulk. So that's great. I have no idea how I'm gonna attach this in there because it has no roots on it. All right, so I rinsed them all off really good. I hope you guys can see. This one actually came with 3. It said it came with 2, but it actually has 3 stems, which is kind of nice, although the roots are so small. So rooting it is gonna be a bit of a chore, but we're gonna try and figure it out. Although I do remember I had these before, like in my 10-gallon, and I think they're really hard to kill. So that's really good if that's the case. So this is how I keep all of my plants anchored. Usually it's with a Pringle cap to a can of Pringles, and I cut a circle in the middle and then like a line. I've showed this before. And then I just hook the plants through it and it holds them in there. I don't know if it's gonna hold these because they're so freaking thin. But we can try. And then we would just like, this looks so janky. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is probably not gonna work. And they're probably gonna fall over, which is what I predict, but we're gonna do our best. So to give you an idea of how good these Pringle tops work to hold plants down, you just fill it up with sand because it has a lip. This looks awful. Okay, we're gonna like get a lot of the dead ones off, but it is having another bloom. But this is basically one of my swords that's in the 20 gallon. It's been in there since its infancy. Literally, this plant was so small when I put it in there. And you can see it's actually really big, but I mean, it's not pretty. And it also just lays down. So I don't know, we're gonna have to trim this back a lot. Honestly, this is a fail. I don't even know why it's so ugly, but it lays down. But look at the root system though. Like, it has really long roots and they're not dying. So I mean, the Pringle top works, but the plant just looks hideous. Does this look okay? Should I move the fern further over here? I feel like I should. Fern, can you move over here? Don't fly out though. I know you're hanging on by a strand. Does this look okay? I can't tell. Do you think this is gonna like distract Bagel enough to where he's not gonna attack anymore? Sweetie, can you stop leaning? This one is hecka leaning over, like really bad. I know Bagel's gonna rip every single one of these up and it's gonna send me into a tizzy. Okay, so I'm officially finished. So it doesn't look great. This is literally the best that I could do because the plants are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but those middle ones, like the huge ones, they have no root system. So the sand is literally the only thing that's holding them up right now. I am gonna put some liquid fertilizer in there just to kind of help them. I feel like those ferns are my favorite. They're actually really beautiful, but they also have no root system. So Biscuit, please leave them alone. You're gonna uproot them, baby, before Bagel even sees them. So I'm gonna let this water clear up a little bit before I put Bagel in there. Honestly, I just want the debris to be sucked into the filter, which it will in like 2 seconds flat because my filters are really, really good. But I just wanna get the water cleared up a little bit, and then I probably worked on this for an hour because my bubble wall sucks. So yeah, there's that. I'm not satisfied with it. I wanted it to be like a beautiful stream of bubbles, and it's mostly on the ends, which I mean, I guess it's fine, but yeah, so when it gets a little bit clearer, we're gonna put Bagel in there. All right, we're ready to put Bagel in there. It's cleared up a lot, so I think it looks pretty good. And now I have Bagel in the cup. You can barely see him, so I'm gonna go on and put him in now. There you go, be good. Be good, Bagel. I hope it's new enough that he doesn't like keep picking at Biscuit. It should look different enough because I did move everything around and there's a lot more plants. So hopefully he'll be nice. Hopefully he'll be nice. Hopefully he won't start chasing again right away, because that definitely looks a lot different in there. His poor gill with a big chunk out of it. Pitiful. Bagel, be nice. But we will see. Hopefully it worked just enough to get him to chill out. So we will see. So it's been about an hour since I added Bagel back in. I've been watching him from far away because when I come up close, he stops doing what he's doing and like focuses on me. But just sitting on the couch watching, and Bagel, it looked like I made it worse, like just initially, because once I put him back in, he's being really dominant again, which is like what he's been doing, just the pestering, pester. He's still nipping, mostly on Biscuit's left side. He loves that left fin, and he ripped the back left fin of Biscuit. He likes to bite the left side for some reason. I don't know. See how he goes up? He's gonna bite. See? He's nipping, pulling those back fins. Nip. Oh, he rips and jerks. Do you see that? Oh, I hate it so much. And he just does it out of nowhere, over and over and over. He'll sift some sand and then go back to Biscuit. Sift some sand and then focus on Biscuit. And poor Biscuit's taking a beating. I'm gonna continue to watch it. I still don't know. It's literally like 1 o'clock now. I don't know if I'm gonna leave Bagel in here all night. I've been taking him out every night, but I don't know if it's helping or hurting. He was a little bit better today, and now that I rearranged the tank, it's like he's worse again. I just see how he hits. He like headbutts. There is, of course, always the possibility that Biscuit's a female, but Biscuit doesn't look like a female. At least her butt doesn't. So I don't, or his butt doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know anything. I just really hope that Bagel stops. I mean, it's been 3 days, so I'm trying to remain hopeful. I don't know how long this normally takes for this aggressive, biting, dominant behavior to stop. I was promised that Biscuit's a male, so I mean, I don't know. Biscuit is so sweet. Like, he isn't doing anything wrong. He's just constantly trying to get away from Bagel. Like, that's all he does all day long, and then Bagel bites him. Guys, guess who is finally getting along? Oh my gosh, did we do it? I think we did it. So today is day 5, technically night 4, and last night I did not have to separate them because yesterday afternoon Bagel started acting kind of normal and like going on about his business and not just constantly biting Biscuit. And I think maybe possibly the new setup paid off because they've been weaving in and out of the plants, and Bagel likes to swim through the bubble wall. And so I'm wondering if it just took like a little bit of time and adjustment period, because they're finally getting along and I'm so excited. Bagel has finally stopped biting Biscuit for long durations of time. So if you guys remember the first couple days, I kind of showed you guys it was just constant chasing and nipping. Well, luckily there's only one fin that is damaged on Biscuit. It's one little tear, or kind of a long tear, but it was done like the first, second day. And then of course Bagel does still have his little chunk missing off the side of his gill. But the redness is definitely going down, and there is salt in the water. I think it's gonna heal nicely, I really do, but I'm obviously keeping a close eye on it. Obviously my tank is very clean water and salt, so I think it's gonna be okay. But I'm most excited about them potentially getting along. Bagel is pretty much doing his own thing now, which is just such a relief. I can't even tell you. I can't believe it took as long as it did, honestly, because I was really hoping it was going to be like 24-hour adjustment period, but I ended up having to remove him the first 3 nights, and then last night being the 4th night, I decided to just leave him in there and see, and just honestly fingers crossed. But yesterday afternoon he was doing this where he's like, you know, doing his own thing, playing with the bubbles and, you know, going around and sifting sand and stuff, and he wasn't harassing Biscuit as bad. So I thought, is this a turning point? And I think it was, because he's doing really good now. So I'm really, really hopeful that the constant bickering between them is over, because as you can see, he'll do this. He'll go over there and kind of like sniff around Biscuit, but it's definitely not constant. It's not a lot, and it's definitely not as bad as it was the first few days. So I'm gonna still be monitoring them 24/7, do not worry. I've had my security camera on them and everything, so I'm definitely gonna be watching them just as much as I have been, but I'm not gonna be removing Bagel anymore, unless he reverts back to being as bad as he was. But like 4 days ago, he wouldn't even do this. Like it was just constant. See, he does a little bit, pushing. But yeah, so I'm really hopeful. I'm hoping that the worst is over and that he doesn't revert back to being super aggressive, so I can tear down the 20 gallons soon. I'm probably gonna leave it up a few more days, you know, just to like be 100% and obviously keep watching. But he's definitely doing way better. So I don't know, I'm hopeful, and that's encouraging. So yeah, we'll just keep watching him. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me clean Bagel's tank and then moving Biscuit over, and now they can be friends. I'm going to be monitoring them, no worries. And I will obviously do another update in the future. But if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe down below and also hit the notification bell. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in my next video. Be kind. Bye.